Hello, hello. Welcome in to Simply Blossom Tarot. I'm Gigi, and this is my channel. Welcome in to Simply Blossom Tarot. If you want to book a reading, you can book at simplyblossomtarot.com. Okay. Be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Only take messages that resonate with you. Okay. You always have the power of choice in your life. Don't give it up to a tarot reading. Okay. This could be for you. It could be not for you. But at the end of the day, you push the life energy force, you know. Out, you make the choices. So let's see, I'm pulling basically cards to see who's next. So what sign is next? What sign is next? Let's see, I'm gonna go here. Virgo, you are next. We had Leo at first, so let's see. Virgo, general messages for Virgos. Virgo, the energy that I'm getting for you guys is to open up, be more allowing, okay? Yeah, you have allowing, encourages, sees the potential and clarifies, gives hope, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, grow, realizes, and rewards, okay? Allowing, needing to kind of soften up a bit, okay? Let's see. Virgo. General messages for Virgo. Just the overall energy for Virgo. Alright, so right now, Virgo, you are focused on expansion, okay? You are... Okay, expansion and reputation. So Virgos, yeah, and that's what I was saying, softening up. You're more focused on expanding your career, your achievements. You're focused on your legacy, your notoriety, your empire, how you come off to authority figures. You're very aware of how like you're coming off, right? So you're very focused on your expansion at this time, whether it's expansion in general. All right, interesting that Jupiter popped up for you guys because Jupiter just went into Taurus today. Okay, so that could indicate some sort of positive message for you in finances or just expansion wise. Okay, I feel like your career or responsibilities or like your achievement in some sort of way is actually what is keeping you enthused, or it's which that makes a lot of sense. Virgos is like the Eight of Pentacles, you know. It's about the organization, the rituals, the things that you do every single day. The practice makes perfect, all of that. Okay, so you guys are very focused on your reputation and your expansion right now. But at the bottom of the deck, you have the 12th house. This is about the subconscious. This is about your baggage. This is about your guilt. This is about your karma, your forgiveness, your healing, the things that you're hiding, the unseen, spiritual development, prayer, the Akashic records, which is also connected to the past life. There's a treasure box here. These are the things that are locked away. And behind it, you have Mars, which is the planet of anger, impulses, force, heat, strength, competition, leadership, but also willpower, sex drive, all these things. So I feel like Virgo, you're like pent up, okay? You're like pent up. Some of you could be using Mercury, right? Again, though, the B represents like working hard, right? But I feel like some of you could be using words, ideas, like information, learning, whatever. Like you're using that to express yourself. But the problem with that is and that's why they're giving you this. Virgos, you got on a spiritual level, I feel like y'all have to learn a little bit more, which is funny because a lot of Virgos are like witchy woo woo, right? But they're very witchy woo woo on a earthly side, like a herb side, right? Not on an air side, a fire side, or a water side. Water a little bit, okay? The thing is, in order to alchemize fire, right? In order to alchemize fire, I wouldn't necessarily tell you to use the element of air. Like, you can get these things out, but there's in terms of like if it's anger, if it's sexual energy, right? Excitement, whatever. I always tell people to use like workouts, you know, or if like you're into it, like sexual release, right? But that's not for everybody. But that's what I'm getting though. I'm just getting that it's a lot of pent up energy. There's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of subconscious things going on. There's a lot of things that need to be healed that's being like swept under the surface. So the thing here is, how are you focused on expansion in one area of your life? That's what I'm saying. I feel like Virgo needs to understand the ways of like energy right now. How are you focused on expanding in one area of your life, right? But where your energy is being pent up, which you need that energy to expand, where your energy is being pent up at, you just want to act like it's not happening. But you want expansion. You want expansion without doing the work that comes with it, okay? Baby, not the toxic card. Lord. And then just keeping it real, we've all been toxic. Yeah, freedom. I'm getting pent up. Like, do y'all just want to bust free? I don't know. 999 endings. Heavy endings. That's that 12th house. Surrender. Hiding feelings. Sex. Oh shit. Happily single. Health. Venting. There's something here. Happily single, health, and venting. Like, you need to get it out. I'm oh, baby. They say Virgos is nasty, but this reading ain't getting. I'm not getting it. I'm getting a very like controlled like type vibe. Family influencing. Okay, so and then you have Cancer. Somebody could have a mother who's a Cancer, a father who's a Cancer, but it's very interesting because Cancer rules in the zodiac, you know, family. It is the thing of family. Somebody could have a North Node or South Node in Cancer or something of that nature, but there's something here about, honestly, individuality and one wanting to be themselves, honestly. Like they feel like they can express their feelings. Everything has to be like planned out and all of that. Family influencing. It's so funny because anybody who has like a lot of family influence in their life end up feeling like restricted. Like, can I just live my life? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Alright, so let's see. Message for Virgo. Page of Wands talks about the past. There's a lot of things going on in the past. There's a lot of hurt coming from the past with the Ten of Swords. Yeah, the Nine of Wands is being guards is up, literally being distrustful, you know, ready to, like this woman is ready to hit somebody in the head with a damn stick, and it's because of the Ten of Swords. That's like that pain. Yeah, so there's a lot going on many different levels. Honestly, you're doing very well in the earth element because you're trying to expand in the earth element, which is like that 10th house, right? Responsibility, career, all that stuff. But everything else needs to be focused on, which is the fire energy, anger, sex, passion, all of that, creativity, air, your thoughts, your words, how you're speaking to yourself. Do you have positive self-talk? Are you hard on yourself, right? The water element, which talks about emotions, needing to cry, needing to let things out, or if you're overly emotional, needing to learn how to balance that, right? Putting fire and water together is never great unless it's like on a positive side. I don't know. There's this energy of like I really think this is like you're kind of running away. Some of y'all could be running to sex, okay? Some of y'all could be running towards family in a toxic way. It's like it's running away from the 12th house. It's running away from the subconscious. It's running away from the spiritual healing. It's running away from the baggage. It's running away from the karma. It's running away from the guilt. It's like Virgos. The Hermit, and we're in your energy. You've popped up in your, but I feel like you being the first card to pop out, it's time for you to focus on you. It's time for you to focus on you, like in totality, not just the Virgo, methodic, career driven, you know what I mean? The external, the OCD, the everything is perfect. The Four of Swords. Yeah, it's time to rest. It's time to take time to yourself. It's time for healing here. Very funny in the on the picture, there's a picture, it looks like, of a mother and a daughter, okay, of a mom and a daughter. So there may need to be healing in terms, but again, I don't know, because I'm getting like, okay, the thing about the Hermit energy is just that, okay, but I'm getting something else. Okay, now I'm getting a lot, but the Hermit soul path is to be alone. Not be alone, but they're on a journey alone so they can get to know themselves on an internal level, okay? The Hermit, the Virgo, knows how to study books. They know how to study. It's like they can study everything outside of themselves. The Four of Swords is time, again, 2 cards where the person is by themselves. It's time for Virgo to tend to themselves. And it's about, I don't know why I'm getting something about a mother. It's like pain stemming from, not stemming from a mother, but it's something about that. The Queen of Cups in the reverse. And I'm getting this energy of like over-mothering or like over-protecting, like that. Because like the Queen of Cups is the energy of being very loving, being intuitive, that sweet vibe, that warm vibe, that nurturing vibe. But in the reverse, it's a little like emotionally manipulative. Like how someone can use their sweet side to manipulate someone into doing what they want them to do. The King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I think that's you showing up in your reading. The Hierophant, Temperance. So you got Virgo, Taurus, Sagittarius. Some of you, there could have been a falling out with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Y'all need rest. The Hierophant and Temperance. I'm also seeing needing to connect to whatever spiritual, whatever. Yeah. It's so interesting because what Virgo is on right now is on the opposite end of like the energy that Spirit is saying they need to be on. Virgo is focused on reputation, money, career expanding, all that, which is good, right? But the type of time that Spirit got Virgo on, or the advice, is to lean into the Hierophant energy and the Temperance energy. Temperance could be ancestor, right? But Temperance is angelic energy. That's prayer. And again, that's the 12th house. There's angels on here as well. Needing to connect to, with the Hierophant, whatever form of religion or spirituality, that this is something that you do every day, whether it's a mantra or whether you're doing praying the rosary or whatever. You're needing to cultivate like more of the spirit. But also with the Temperance here, there's also a need for balance. On this card it says 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. Literally earth and water. Needing to be able to balance that. The emotions, right? But then the practical side. Because I feel like what I'm picking up on is there's an energy where the Virgo energy like runs away from the emotions and focuses on the practical side, as if the emotions aren't there. Or they're not being taken care of. They're not being expressed like in a positive way. But y'all need rest. Maybe even a vacation. Y'all are also I don't know, the guards are up. Like y'all think that's like, oh, this person is here to just like screw me over, and it's causing you to miss opportunities with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Good opportunities. Like the Knight of Cups is very sweet, warm, loving, positive, you know. Judgment, yeah. That's Pisces energy. Being too judgmental. Being too judgmental. Okay. Don't block your blessings. Alright. There's just a lot of stuff from the past. Alright. And I'm still seeing with the Eight of Pentacles, the Tower. And that's what I'm saying. Okay. Some of y'all can have Scorpio on y'all placement. But the thing is that when we don't, Virgos, y'all are leaning towards the Eight of Pentacles, which is like, he's literally practicing, okay? The work, the mundane, the everyday, and it's like, that is where the Tower is coming, because like the universe is saying you need to focus on this. You need to focus on this, right? Then you have the Three of Swords after that, which is loss, pain, whatever. Or an upset or whatever. This doesn't have to be like, oh my God, the Tower. It could be something small, but there's an energy here also with the Seven of Wands. It's like being combative and being pissed off and all of that, and it's like blocking the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and that's what you want with Jupiter expansion. Alright, let's get into your love life. Some of y'all could be dealing with an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or someone who, I see the square energy. So there could be a lot of challenges going on. Somebody could have Leo in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, let's see. Virgo's love life. What's going on in Virgo's love life? Mercury, communication. Should I take that? Virgo, your card. Some of you need to focus on the way that you're communicating towards your partner if you're in a relationship or just in general. Uranus, revolution. Yeah. I feel like in your relationship right now or moving forward, Spirit is saying watch the way that you communicate. I feel like y'all are communicating in a very like kind of erratic way. Like, let's see. Ninth house seeking. Again, reputation, assets. Also, be okay, I understand that like money and everything is important, but I just feel like dating based off of assets and reputation and all of that, like opportunistic, don't be surprised when your relationship isn't filled with like warmth and love and like that very sweet, passionate vibe when it was never built on that. You know what I mean? So, and that's the vibe of like, you can be in a relationship with somebody where it's good on paper, right? But it doesn't necessarily have the beautiful emotions, the sweetness, the, you know? So let's see. Yeah, this is a lot of like Scorpio and Mars. Okay, yeah, that could be very sexual energy, but this is just giving, it's giving destructive anger. Whatever is going on in your relationship or in your love life, what I'm picking up is like there is always something unexpected that pops up. Like someone here with the ninth house of like foreign travel, adventure, higher education, who you're dating could be in a different race than you, or there could be a cultural difference or a spiritual difference in belief and faith and things like that. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a conversation, whether it's started by you or them, where it kind of comes out of the blue, and what's happening in the relationship or in the conversation is that somebody is saying, I'm seeking something else, or I'm seeking this, I'm seeking, and it's like something that they can't give you or that you can't give them. You have the Uranus card is freedom. You have the freedom card out here. Yeah, I see a conversation. What's coming in Virgo's love life? Playfulness. Release your ex. Oh shoot. Retreat and stay optimistic about your love life. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Retreat, stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Yeah, so I'm getting this vibe of, again, freedom. It's like a energy of seeking something else, seeking something more or whatever. And then you have the North Node down here, which is like destiny. You have the Tower here, the Sun, the World, the Hermit. Yeah, the 8 of Cups. Okay. the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about victory and success and being viewed as because they're on like a parade, you know, being viewed on a public scale. You have the Tower. Judgment, the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords. And Justice. And then, let me see. These things are already all flipped over. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Love messages for Virgo. Love messages. Handsome. Love messages for Virgo. Handsome, workaholic, Pisces, Gemini. You got alcoholic at the bottom of the deck. In awe. 666. Separated. Anger. Leo. Alcoholic, art, and toxic damage. Lord Jesus. Okay, 555 number change. All right. The vibe here is with the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords and Justice. This is Libra energy, but there's a vibe here that either you or your relationship, whatever, someone is moving in an airway. So an airway is not an emotional way. This is logical. This is very clear. Like the mind is clear. Like you may be trying to get your mind clear, or even talking to the King of Swords or whatever, to be able to make the mic. I don't know. Mic came out of my mouth, but to be able to make the right choice and decision here. So you have the Six of Wands, the Tower, and the Judgment. Six of Wands is like, okay, something was successful, something was great, right? But the Tower fell. The Tower talks about something where, but the funny thing about this card is some towers are like cracked to the bottom, right? So I feel like there's a tower moment happening, but like there's a energy of like only a part of the tower is gonna fall, but there's another half of the tower still has to exist. There's what I'm seeing in your love life is someone making a clear decision. And then the Ace of Swords and the Justice card, that talks about contracts. That can talk about marriage, you know. This is serious business. Okay? Also, you have 666 out here. You have workaholic. You have separated. You have anger. 666 is the energy of needing to balance something. And then you have alcoholic was at the bottom of the deck. What I'm picking up here, which I have been picking up, is that someone in the relationship, but I'm picking up more so in Virgo's energy. Someone is like, whether it's using work, whether it's alcohol, whatever, sex, it's like there's a vice there that is not positive. Okay, but the thing here though is I'm getting fresh energy. Like some of y'all may have a Leo, Pisces, or Gemini. Okay, the thing here is Virgo, there's a lot that is falling apart, but there's like new energy coming in too. Okay, so even though shit is falling apart, it don't look like it's falling apart, is what I'm picking up on. And so people are still very much so attracted to you. Like with playfulness here, it's like someone wants like a lighthearted, useful energy with you, okay? But at the same time, you're retreating from something and you're releasing your ex and you're, you know, removing yourself from certain things and you're trying to be optimistic about your love life. So there could be a Pisces, Gemini, a Leo, or someone who's very like handsome. There are people who are in awe of you, okay? And then you do have separated in anger. So I am like retreat and release your ex. There is, and the tower and all these things, there is the energy of like distance here. Workaholic, you know, working so much, like, you know, using that as distance, or just using just different damn vices, okay? Sports, masking, faking, that's what I'm saying, you know? Somebody may be like, oh, I'm going to play ball with the boys, and they like, I'm just trying to escape. Or, and that's the thing, when there's a relationship and like both of y'all are trying to retreat, both of y'all are trying to escape, it's just like, with the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Justice card, this is the energy of needing to be able to just like be clear. Right? Be clear. Either way it goes though, because you have the Tower here, either way it goes, Virgo is just like, life be lifing, you know? Life be lifing. Makeup, waiting, and needs time is here. So, for some of you, there is someone waiting for y'all to like basically like kiss and make up, needs time, or somebody in the equation is like, well, they just need time, I'm gonna wait, you know, we're gonna make it up, you know, it's gonna be okay, like that. So that energy is there as well. Okay. Whether somebody is waiting on you, Virgo, or whether you're waiting on them. Okay. Let's see how they feel. And then we're going to close this down. Okay, how does Virgo's love interest feel toward them? Square, challenge, perception. Okay, hold on. How does Virgo's love interest feel toward them? Okay, so they feel, I actually said that I was going to make this like a blunt message edition, but I feel like all of my readings are blunt, you know. What's happening here is that they feel like you're in an Aries energy. This is the energy of like being very self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive. It's not the nicest energy, you know, fiery, bossy, selfish, impulsive, argumentative, competitive, all of that. They feel like you are very much so focused on your friends. Yeah, they feel like your friends are more important than the relationship, okay? With the 12th house of surrender, very interesting. This person actually does know you, Virgo, because in your general reading, what Spirit was telling you to do is what this person is telling you to do. they know that there's like, oh, they have subconscious healing. Like they need to heal things in the subconscious. They need to be a little bit more compassionate, right? They need to work on forgiveness. They need to work on healing their baggage. They need to work on spiritual development. They need to work on healing the unseen. They need to pray, okay? Whatever it is, right? They need to work on past life stuff with the Akashic records here. This person does think about the memories. Again, though, with Neptune and the 12th house, the subconscious is very loud here. So I do think that this relationship has affected both parties' subconscious, okay? This person with the Neptune vibe, it says self-sacrifice, universal love, compassion, empathy, all these things, right? Escapism, confusion. I think this person is leaning towards like meditation and spirituality. Like they're trying to lean towards universal love to fill the void here. How does Virgo's love interest feel toward them? Yeah, they feel like you deserve love, but they're keeping an open mind. They're at the point to where even the 11th house talks about common goals. They feel as if like the common goals aren't there. With the Aries energy, it's like you are kind of like running over their ideas or like the common goals here. Yeah. This is the energy of like they feel that you truly do deserve love. Hold on. But that they are keeping an open mind that maybe there's somebody different out there. There's attraction here. Like there'll always be attraction there. But they're just in this energy of like positive thinking and faith, and soulmate is here, passion is here, true love, express your love. It's they could be very introverted or introverted in a way. Very smart. Hold on. Money issues, distant, happily single. Yeah, they feel like you're like, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, high vibes and magnetic. Okay. They feel like you're happy to be alone. And I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I think you're hiding feelings. So they're kind of like, well, I can't do anything with it. Like you're distant. You're happy the way that you are. You know, some of them could be focused on making money or whatever. Makeup. Let's see. And miscommunication. I think that there's a vibe of like, what does it say? Toxic what? Toxic vice. Toxic vice, makeup, miscommunication, and my ear just started ringing. In all, again. 555. There's changes that need to happen. I feel like they're still open to like, I know, I feel like every time, you have cultural differences here, okay? Okay, so I feel like every time they've tried to make up, there was a miscommunication. Whether you tried to make up with them or they tried to make up with you, there was some sort of miscommunication, okay? Children just flew out. And again, children could be the energy of acting immature, or it can actually be saying like, you know, children. And then attitude. But see, children and attitude, that's giving me the energy of like immaturity. Okay. You have Aquarius, Capricorn, stuck. Anger. Aquarius and Capricorn are ruled by Saturn. There's like one manifestation, thoughts, words, deeds. You know, being very true being very true in your intention. Like, are you really acting, speaking, and being what you want to see in life? Yeah, Aquarius and Capricorn are ruled by Saturn, and that talks about discipline. Anger. Okay, so working on anger, right? Then you have high vibes and magnetic. I do feel like there's a big wash of different energies here, but I don't know. Maybe it once was high vibe and magnetic, and you know, all that. Then also, if sometimes, because money issues came out, sometimes money issues could just could be the problem. That it's not necessarily the people, or the person. It's like it's the pressures that the world, like worldly pressures, that's creating the problem. There's a lot of miscommunication, but I was saying that earlier about how I'm seeing in general your communication style in your communication style in your relationships needs to like be healed or changed or more positive. Okay, Virgo, and we're done. Yeah, you have assessed the situation, and actually this is your card. First quarter moon in Virgo. Needing to assess the situation and make time for self-love. It says lighten up. Stop, breathe, and take stock. Perhaps you've taken on too much. Now is the time to be reliable and practical. Laziness is your enemy. Also, don't be too influenced by the crowd and what they're saying. Do you still want what you used to want, and as much? If so, are you really doing what needs to be done to make your dreams real? That's what I was just saying, the intention, 111. Are you doing, saying, behaving, feeling, showing up? Are your intentions aligned with what you are truly saying that you want, right? If so, are you really doing what needs to be done to make your dreams real? Express how you feel, but do it without too much self-criticism or criticism of others. Make an honest inventory about where you could do more to manifest your dreams. The energies at play here are a mix of flirtatious and shy, inquiring, and hesitant. You need to work them in your favor. Manifesting mindset. It says this card asks you to be mentally flexible. Whatever challenges you face, your current situation is unlikely to be a total impasse. Let me see. It says the throat chakra helps you to express yourself, your desires, whether you need more time to think about something. It's located at the base of the throat and is a beautiful sky blue color. Visualize a column of the pure sky blue light pouring down over you as you hold the card to the base of your throat and call in the energies with these words. Energies of the first quarter moon in Virgo. Thank you for helping me towards clarity and confidence. Okay. And it says the best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Virgo, on a Wednesday, Mercury's day, or during Mercury's hour. Okay, which is, yeah, it's all about getting back to you. First quarter moon in Virgo takes place when the sun is in Gemini. That came out. And the moon is in Virgo. It knows that it's never too late to change your way of thinking. Yeah. And then make time for self-love. Libra energy. Have you been trying to please all of the people all the time when you're not yet quite happy yourself? There's a difference between wanting to live positively and spiritually bypassing. When you refuse to acknowledge your feelings, you can't fool the universe. So pretending to be happy when you're sad will get you nowhere. Rather, you need to deal with your feelings. That's the only way. If you're people pleasing, stop. Think about what's going on and why you're doing it. If you are in an unbalanced relationship, address the situation. Boom. And then you have relax. Okay. That's what I have for you, Virgo. Send you love and light. Peace.